Okay. All right, is everybody in? All right, great. So I want to welcome you all here to Bourne Hall for the July meeting of the New Jersey Antique Radio Club. And since last meeting here...
Hold it farther away, you're popping.
Sorry. It's better?
Yeah.
I want to thank Mike Littman. He wasn't here last time for arranging this. This is a great space. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, so let's try some old business. Do we have any new members? I see some new faces. New faces? No? No face? I thought I saw a new face. Old faces. A lot of old faces. All right. What I have for old business is just, we had a very nice farewell from Dr. Alex in the broadcaster. I thought it was very nice. Where is Dr. Alex? Is he in Asia? He's asking the...
Poker tonight.
It's poker night.
Poker tonight. Here I thought he was in Asia. He's playing poker instead of coming to the meeting. He's going to get a demerit for that.
Better deal, Jim.
Yeah, make some more money, yeah. But I understand his fiancée is a Chinese lady. And I think he has to go there and ask the mother for the hand in marriage. It's part of the deal. So anyway, congratulate Dr. Alex on that. All right, so any other old business? We had a nice article that Ray put together about the IMS at InfoAge. Ray, you want to talk about that? Yeah, you're right.
Grab the other one over there. Hey, what fancy? We don't go out. Still waiting.
Well, there isn't much to talk about other than what was in the article, but it was a it was an interesting experience, both for me and brought a lot of exposure for InfoAge. So I was glad to do it since I was from Massachusetts originally anyway, and I escaped. So that let me back in for a short period of time. But the field of microwave is a lot different today than it was a few years ago.
Like Ray said, if you didn't read the article, it's a nice, intense article, a lot of information. So read that broadcast, all right? Don't you think so, Rob?
Ben, more so than that.
Yes.
Write an article.
What do you email us?
Write an article. You're absolutely right. Are you running out of materials?
No, but I mean,
Because if you are, there's some articles I wrote a few years ago. You might want to dig them up.
Ooh! I can tell you from having done newsletters that you always need content. Yeah. If everybody would do one thing a year, even if it's just a short note to the editor about something, just do it, and he'll have more stuff that he knows what to do with.
No, that's absolutely right. That's correct.
Contribute.
And especially for any of the newer members, please, we're very available. Marv would love to hear from you. And, you're contributing to your own cause. Okay.
Use the other one.
Use the other one?
Well, these two guys need to get out.
On? Oh, that's a better one? Okay, about 150 years ago, somebody was born on this date. Who was that? Quick. Yes, you in the Hawaiian shirt. Excellent. You win. You win the prize.
Did you see on Google? They had a lightning bolt kind of thing.
Yeah, Tesla.
They did forget.
Excellent.
I'll send you the.
Right. Speaking of, not of Tesla, but of our newsletter again, I have not brought any of our apparel for a while. We do have shirts, we do have hats, okay? They're available. If anyone does want them, come up and see me and I'll bring them to you. We don't have a storage facility here at the moment, so it's a matter of me bringing stuff, and I have to bring a lot of stuff today, so I didn't get a chance to grab the valise with the clothing. So again, you know, I think maybe I should mention that every month in the broadcast. In the back of the, yeah, but I mean to say that it's always available, it's always for sale. Okay. Okay. Again, new business. Sussex Hamfest, I think it's tomorrow.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Oh, good. That's better. That's better. Anybody not been up there? Up to Sparta, New Jersey? It's quite. It's probably about the biggest one going right now. Would you say, Al?
Yeah.
In the area?
It's one of the good ones.
So I've been there a few times, and it's you just keep walking. There's a lot of stuff, and the weather's going to hold out. It's going to be nice Sunday too. You never know what you can pick up. There's lots of cows. If you like cows, there's cows out there.
Be careful when you say cows, I like it.
Okay, 2 weeks from tomorrow, July 25th, our very own tailgate swap meet at InfoAge, under the trees. And as you know, it doesn't rain. It's not allowed to rain. I already have my first vendor, and it's our very own Steve Sideroff. We always enjoy Steve's vending there. So he's already staked out a claim. So anybody looking to vend, it has been growing from year to year. See me, see Ray, see Harry, take down reservations for spaces. And also last year we had a couple from Germany, remember that? A bunch of guys, his wife, his son, buying up every little radio he could possibly get to stick in his valise, take it back to Germany, right? So that was fun. And I also had a fellow come up to me and introduce himself. He was the president of the St. Louis Antique Radio Club, in for whatever reason to visit some relatives, saw it on in the ARC, and wanted to come say hello. We had a nice discussion, nice tit for tat, and he was very impressed with what we had. And I've heard this from a few other clubs around the regions that you know, what we have, nobody else has. And you know, you're saying that it's a bunch of he's saying about his own guys that they're a bunch of shysters, and you know, they're all just looking to screw each other. So that was kind of an interesting conversation. Of course, that doesn't happen here.
Are we on the web?
You're not webcasting. Reflective webcasting. Our illustrious is on vacation. But thanks to Owen, we will be archived. Okay, so you can view this for future reference. Okay. Speaking of, who's going to do food? You going to do food?
Oh,
Yeah. You promise?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about any help? We'll need some help, Ray? What do you think?
Yeah, we do need a little help with the museum. Steve Goulart has set up a geocaching at the same day. Now, does everybody know what geocaching is?
No.
Well, it's a new game. You play it with your GPS.
I don't have a GPS.
Well, then you can't play it.
Echo, we can't play.
But they set up geocaching sites, and with the coordinates, I guess, and people try to get to all these sites, and I guess there's you pick up a little something and you leave a little something there. I don't understand the game, but it's a new thing, and he's set up one in a parking lot, and so he's expecting maybe 20 people to stop in the morning, and he told them the museum would be open. So, you know, we're going to need to open the museum about 9 or 10 o'clock and man it for a couple of hours.
All right, can we get volunteers? Anyone could volunteer for that? A few hours? Thank you. Thank you. The usual suspects. Thank you. Yes.
There's a possibility I may bring some things to sell. So I'll bring all the stuff and get everything ready for the food, but I'd like a volunteer to actually stand there and yawn or, you could get somebody, so I can stay.
You want somebody to sell your stuff for you?
Sell the food.
Food.
Okay.
So-
Well, once you take your stuff and buy the food there. This way you sell the food and the stuff.
You'd have a captured audience, everybody would be right up at the table. So once somebody gets a mustache, batteries. Well, I'm glad that's solved, Mark.
Free hot dog, you get a half price bagel with every purchase of it.
That's fine.
Well, that's between you and I don't want to hear about that. Al, do you want to tell us about what other festivities are going to occur that day?
Oh, for a short deal, I can speak
Yeah.
up. Okay, same weekend, radio happening. We have some people who have been fooling around with VHF AM sets and whatnot. We have a bunch of newly licensed hams. We have some people interested in military HF sets. So we're going to spend the weekend to play radio. There may be a couple of extra people coming in from Military Radio Collectors Association. They'll be extra customers at the swap meet. I'll organize a cookout for Saturday evening, but people have to tell me that they want to do that. Some of us are going to stay over and we'll conduct a display / demonstration at the museum on Sunday afternoon. So it's just playtime with radios. There's an HF antenna over the telephone building, and you all know how many trees are there. There's a bunch of Goonie boxes floating around. I discovered I have 6 crystals on the same frequency, so we can send people out and just play around with the radios, have fun, eat, drink beer, whatever we do. Just chip in however you care to help. It would be good if we know how many people are going to stay over Saturday night so we can make sure we have enough place for everybody. Yeah, come out and have fun, that's it.
Okay, thanks, Al. Okay, at our e-board meeting, we try to keep ahead of things, and we're looking at November 7th. Don't confirm, just don't write it down, but we're looking at November 7th as the swap meet date for our full swap meet. By next meeting, I'll let you know. We're also looking at a repair clinic date of 10/17, October 17th, at InfoAge at the Telephone Exchange Building. All right, we're going to have a repair clinic. We really didn't discuss it that much at the e-board meeting, but I'm thinking with Fred Carl and all, we could probably make it open to the public, open to everyone. I think from now on we'll just do it everyone to the public too. We had a few people come in, but it seems to be mostly our own members, which is okay. And it worked out real well. I'm talking about the spring repair clinic. And we're also looking at, hey, it's only 6 months from now, our holiday party, which we've pretty much discussed that though this is a great venue here for our meetings, it may not be the best place to have a party, a holiday party. So we're looking at InfoAge, the main dining room at InfoAge, and see if we can secure that. So we'll keep you posted on that.
And
November
13th.
That's at our meeting.
At our meeting.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, the old equipment contest, which everybody enjoyed last year. We're going to be doing that at the November 13th meeting, and that will be at InfoAge. Okay. That's it for the moment. We're going to have a short break, and we'll have a 50-50, and then we have our very own Professor Mike who's going to be giving us a talk and a walk. We're going to be doing the walk first. He'll be taking us to another hall, and he'll be showing us, what was it again, Mike?
So maybe what we'll do is we'll convene in here and I'll explain what it's all about. But it's a corridor exhibition. It's entitled The Art of Science.
Okay.
And it's, there are panels. Maybe let me say what it is and we can walk over.
Okay.
So Every year, Princeton's been, for the last few years, has been running a competition for all members of the community. These are students, undergraduates, graduate students, postdocs, staff, faculty, alumni. And the competition is Art of Science. And it's usually Art of Science, and then it says right after it, is it art or is it science? And the idea is anybody that's working in science or technology can make a submission, and these are things that would have some aesthetic appeal. So in some cases, there are pictures from microscopes or electron microscopes that are interesting. You'll see that there's a large mix of things. It's like going to an art museum, but they all have a science theme associated with them. It was a jury show, so there were something like 200 submissions, and what's on display is about 40 of them. The panel of jurists was the president of the university, Shirley Tillman, the dean of the faculty, Dave Dobkin, Paul Muldoon, who's the head of our arts group. Paul is a poet. He's the poet editor of the New Yorker magazine now, and he's also a performer. He's an artsy type. And then there was one other person, I've forgotten who that was. So the four of them were the jury for the show. And then they picked a winner, first, second, and third place. Now, in association with that, these are panels. There were 2 display cases that needed to be filled. And this is where I came in with radios and loudspeakers. And so I filled up 2 display cases, one dealing with radio loudspeakers of the 1920s, and then another case is filled with cathedral radios and a tombstone radio. And these are ones that also have sort of some aesthetic appeal. So you'll get a chance to see them, and then there's some panels that describe some radio history that goes along with that. So we'll go over there. What I'm going to suggest is that we walk over there and spend about 15 to 20 minutes there so you can read the different panels. And then we'll come back here, and I have about a 30-minute presentation on the LC resonator circuit. One other thought about this Art of Science exhibit. Since it comes across the entire campus, one of the things, you get a sort of a cross-section of the kind of research that's being done at the university. So as you're looking at these panels and reading what's being done, you can also think about, well, what's going on in research labs across the campus. And it really is it's a good cross-section. It ranges from material science to biology to physics. There's psychology there, and even mathematics. Some really cool stuff there. So we'll go over there after the break, and then 20 minutes, and then we'll come back.
All right, great. We look forward to that. All right, listen, as we've been doing InfoWage, as we're doing at Sarnoff, I see it's happening again tonight, which is great. Bringing in radios to sell, bringing in radios to show, bringing in stuff to sell, give away. We want to get back into that again. So, it's a radio club. We want to see radios. We want to see stuff out there on the tables. And it's good to see it tonight. Last month we didn't really have much to see, but we want to encourage that. We get stuff up here again like we used to do, auction off stuff. Money goes to the kitty, goes to the club. So don't be afraid to bring stuff here too. Bring it on in. Okay. All right, Sal, you want to do 50-50? Harry, you want to help? So we'll do a 50-50. I got some here, right? Well, one more item. Here I am at Princeton. I work at Columbia University, right? But the funny part is that I'm just an electrical foreman installing, doing a retrofit of a building there. But what I have here is something that was spec'd out by the architect and lighting engineer to give it an effect, okay? And they actually still make these, in China, of course, a tipped A-lamp, okay? A light bulb, okay? And the box is kind of interesting. They went back, they're calling it a ferro-watt bulb. Right? It's a typical A-lamp, but it's also got a tip on it, okay? And when the lighting designer called me about them, he said, we installed about 4 fixtures, the big wagon wheel fixtures, and they took about 25 lamps, so these lamps each, there's multi-circuited fixtures. And he said, you've got to watch these lamps, though. They're very delicate. And sure as hell, about 25% of them came in as damaged filaments. And when you make a vintage light bulb, that's exactly what happens. Because they probably use the same specifications. And you can see the filaments all laying over. They're about $8 a piece. Okay?
How much are they in working condition?
I'll sell you this for $5.
Still 50-50 goes.
But anyway, I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. But it says the original ferro-watt bulb.
Where was this baby made?
In China, of course.
So they're going up or down?
Yes, exactly. And they were probably transported lying down on the side, just thrown around in the Conex box. But I got a kick out of it. I figured I'd have to share that with you guys. So if somebody's still making tipped
What's its life
envelopes.
expectancy?
What's that?
What's its life expectancy?
Well, this one didn't last at all.
Zero.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't want to bore you with all the details, but it was on a dimming system, and they needed to be seasoned. They call them lamp seasoning, and these were the minimum hours. They were like 4,000 hours, so that's nothing, especially in fluorescent hours nowadays. So they were only supposed to be on for testing purposes, commissioning purposes, and then for special occasions. It's like a large catering hall that these lamps are going in the fixtures of. So they're going to be, the maintenance division is going to be very busy, because we gave them attic stock of 25% more, just the same that went out on them. So I guarantee you in 2 years they're going to just have regular A lamps in them, or probably compact fluorescents.
If you run it at half power, you'll double its life.
Yes.
Don't turn water, that's forever.
Okay, guys. All right, let's do a 50-50, okay?